Wakanda Forever is now out in cinemas, which means spoilers time, and it's time to take a look at the sets and debrief on how much LEGO got right and how much LEGO got wrong. We've done this before with previous Marvel movies, so be sure to check those out if you haven't, and subscribing to us helps support the channel. Shuri's lab is our starter set. Guess what? You probably knew this wasn't going to be super accurate to begin with. Granted, the lab does appear in the movie, but Shuri never appears in the in-game outfit here. Black Panther doesn't appear like this either, and I'm not really sure what the feature with the gold on the wall here is, but I never personally anticipated that this 4+ set would be accurate, so LEGO get a pass on this from me. King Namor's throne room is the next set, which is accurate enough, but it is missing some key details that I think it could have benefited from. Let's discuss the scene in question. We can see Atuma, Namor, and Shuri are all here in the throne room, while all characters are shown in Talokan in the movie during the one scene that we're given here. Surprisingly, this throne room isn't really a huge part of that moment. What we see in the trailer is the only time that the throne room is ever shown, and Shuri is nowhere to be seen by this point. That's because shortly before this, Shuri has taken off inside this little submarine that is included with the set. It's a full-body sub, which is accurate to what is shown in the movie. This is what Nakia uses to get into Talokan to save Shuri. Let's talk about the figures while we're here. They're really great, but the accuracy points are a little I don't really recall Shuri ever looking like this throughout the movie. Most of Shuri's clothes are actually pretty civilian, and the colors match multiple different outfits that are shown throughout the course of the film, but the specific look is made up here, most likely based on concept art. Namor is one of the best looking figures I've seen in a while from LEGO Marvel superheroes, and at the same time, this is one of LEGO's most inaccurate figures. If we compare to the Marvel Legends figure, we can see the differences quite easily. Skin tone is actually correct for once, finally, thank you LEGO, but Namor is shown here without shoes. Poor feet. The green colors are a lot brighter on the minifigure here than on the Marvel Legends figure, and of the accuracy itself, and he's also lacking some arm printing that resemble his gold wristbands. He does feature his earrings, but they are in the wrong place, and he has no facial hair at all and no facial piercings. The Namor figure is actually a pretty great comic variant of Namor, but a bad translation of the movie's adaptation. In the scene in question as well, Namor is shown wearing his amazing headdress from these trailers. Why LEGO didn't decide to make a beautiful variant of this here is beyond me. Atuma is pretty spot on actually. Skin tone is right, costume appearance seems right, even his wicked helmet is accurate from what we've seen in the movie. Atuma doesn't ever use a basic spear though, he actually has a really cool great long axe, which could have been a brick built piece. Shuri Songbird is our next entry, and this takes the cake for the best effort, but ultimately doesn't translate into LEGO this way very well. The scene in question, we only ever hear about Shuri calling out for her Songbird vehicle to be used one time. Given it's a vehicle, there could very well be more of these used throughout the movie, but the scene in question is when Namor is attacking Wakanda and floods the city. Shuri takes to the skies using her Songbird to go and rescue civilians. Right off the bat, I want to mention a missing play feature. Shuri's Songbird does feature a claw and rope of some kind, and she uses it to pull away debris from civilians. I was floored that this wasn't a play feature here, but anyway. The ship here is far too bulky and thick towards the movie's counterpart. The cockpit is actually quite accurate, which I am surprised with, but it's the twin engines and the wings here that are problematic. The wings especially are off because the movie shows that they are always split apart from one another, and they're very thin, they're not connected like they are here. The figures in question, again, Shuri is here, but the outfit is off. Nakia is here exclusively, and even wears this outfit in the movie, or at least she does during the end battle, but the colors are a lot darker in the minifig form than they are in the movie. Disappointingly, her hair is way off though. She has longer hair in the movie now, and the bottom part is dyed orange. I think the pop vinyl shows her colors off nicer than LEGO does. Ironheart is here, and she looks great with one huge inaccuracy. The outfit appears only once during a street chase when she first meets Shuri and Okoye, but this scene takes place before the throne room scene. After the chase, she doesn't appear in this outfit again. Colors are right, and I think that these cool wing parts are too, but Ironheart never once wears her hair like this. Just like Namor, LEGO took to the comics for movie's accuracy inspiration. Riri has cornrows in the movie, not an afro. It's a great hairpiece, but having seen the movie now, I dislike the likeness quite a bit. Atuma is here also, and he's the exact same as before. This is a missed opportunity, I feel, to not replace him with Namora. And finally, we have the War on the Water set, which is the set based on the Royal Sea Leopard from the end battle of the film. Namor and Shuri go head to head to fight, while all of Wakanda and Talokan follow. To show this battle, we have a 4v1 scenario with no army builder figures. funny. The set itself though is in my mind almost close to perfect accuracy. Woohoo! You did it, LEGO, good job. The build is pretty much spot on and all of the key players are here as well. Let's break it down further. The drones off the bat are very small. They're tiny in comparison to what's shown in the movie, and the ship itself is too. Namor at one point is able to run over these drones and stand on top of them in the movie and still look small while doing it. These drones in the movie appear to be piloted by people, not just remote controlled, so these tiny small things are ridiculous to me. You could honestly argue that this is supposed to be a medium scaled set and it should have microfigures here for scale accuracy, because in the movie this thing looks to be holding almost 100 people on board fighting and I can barely get 7 figures on here. There is a jail shown, but there is no jail on board the movie. Namor is never captured in the scene, but this jail is a pretty good place to store those extra hair pieces the set includes. The colors are right and there's even an engine part at the back. This looks pretty solid ultimately. The figures are where the accuracy does drop a little bit. Black Panther is here now and significantly less detailed than how she actually appears in the movie. The color scheme is correct, but LEGO make it out like it's a color swap of T'Challa's suit, and it's not really. It is its own unique thing. I think this needed more prints on the arms and legs to show just how different it is from the other suits. Okoye is here and she's in the wrong costume, possibly the most inaccurate figure here. Okoye wears her own little hybrid Black Panther Iron Man type suit that Shuri builds for her in the movie. There's very little imagery of this out there because of spoilers, but there is this poster of her and she is wearing the exact armor but without the helmet. M'Baku is also here and he seems accurate enough. I feel like he needed that cool bird nest piece that Kraven uses instead of just a print on his chest, but otherwise he's pretty neato. Ironheart is also here and she wears her Mark II suit. She builds the suit in Wakanda all in preparation for this battle and it is accurate enough. The final design has segments that are much larger than the LEGO toy does. Her helmet in particular is pretty much all grey from the front point of view and red all around from ear to ear, whereas I feel like LEGO have made it look a lot more Iron Man-like, with just the face being grey and the red being a lot more prominent than it actually is, and the actual design of the grey parts of her chest are a lot bigger and more prominent than the small design on the LEGO figure. And that does it for Wakanda Forever. Speed run on what's missing from the sets. As I mentioned, there is no Namora, which I think is unfortunate, as I feel that Namor should have had more than just a Tuma for Talokan representation. There is also no Queen Ramonda, who's a pretty big player here, and I'm surprised that she's absent. Angela Bassett plays one of the larger parts of the series for Wakanda, and I think that a throne room of Wakanda would have been a better fit for a set. That's basically it. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more of our videos going over LEGO to movie accuracies, be sure to check out our playlist. Subscribing helps support the channel, and we will see you all in the next video. Thank you.